Hello, good evening, and welcome to the Virtual Racers Club. And it's Thursday evening, and we've got a brand new championship just starting off for you. So this is going to be very interesting. It's back with the GTMC Season 5. I believe Little's GP is not entered, who I think is the current champion, but we do have a champion in it, Bunny, who won Lobby 2 last season, but I don't believe he's been able to make this race, but he is in this championship. What is the GTMC, I hear you ask? Well, it's the Grand Touring Manufacturers Championship. It's VRC's only multi-category racing series, and the drivers will need to master cars from the Group 3 and Group 4 across 10 rounds. Drivers/teams will select a manufacturer to represent during the championship. It is a free choice of manufacturer and will be first come, first served basis. Only 2 cars per manufacturer are permitted. Drivers will then use both the Group 3 and Group 4 cars from their chosen manufacturer. If the manufacturer offers more than one choice of either Group 3 or Group 4 cars, the cars used during the first round must be used for the remainder of the season. At each round there will be a sprint race using the Group 4 car and feature race using the Group 3 car. There will be 10 rounds and 20 races in total. And that's pretty much it. I can tell you the actual rules of everything. So in the event, qualifying. So qualifying will be a 10-minute session using the Group 4 cars to determine the grid for the sprint race. The sprint race. This is a 15-minute race using the Group 4 cars and will begin with a standing start with a false start enabled. And the feature race, after the sprint race, a random draw will take place in the random draw section of Discord using a random number generator. This draw will decide the reverse grid order for the feature race and will apply for any positions above 4. For example, if 7 is drawn, finishes between 1 and 7 will be reversed. All of the cars will start in the order they finished. The feature race will be a 40-minute race using the Group 3 cars and will have a rolling start. So yes, and let me tell you, in qualifying they will only use the super soft racing tyre. In the sprint race they'll only use the super soft racing tyre, but in the feature race they have the compound super soft and medium racing tyres available to them, and they have to use at least 2 compounds in the feature race. So that's the general rules. Let's have a look around the field. We've got 2 minutes to qualifying, it's enough. So Skyjacker saying, good evening Petal, how are you? I'm fine, my honey bun. Mama Homesick saying, evening Thingy, how are you? I hope you're feeling very lucky to be married to Mrs. Thingy, giving it your wedding anniversary and your commentate. Is it my wedding anniversary? Sugar, I forgot. I might have to go to Tesco's after this and get a card. So Digital Blasphemy saying, doesn't sound complicated at all, lol. And Homesick Alien saying, evening everyone. It's not complicated. We'll get there. So they're in the Group 4 cars practicing at the moment. There's Uncle in his Subaru. Oh God, Skyjacker's asked if we're ready already. We can see him in qualifying. We'll look through the teams in quali. Easy enough. So I'll just give it a big R. Just let them know. But while they're all R-ing it up, so we've got Uncle B Darren out there in a Subaru. Sharon has opted for the Aston Martin. That's it's fast in a straight line, doesn't like corners too much, so that'll be interesting to watch how that does over the 2 races. GT Racer has gone for a Jaguar. Nice, can't quite see it. It's Red Bull. I think GT Racer is only ever sponsored by Red Bull, my kind of man. And also in the Jaguar we have a Jukas. Pat has opted for a BMW. It's a tricky car to handle, but it is fun to drive. I do like the way she steps out. Electric is in a Ferrari. That's a championship winner, Ferrari. It's won a championship here. So, Grace Brown in the chat saying hello and happy anniversary to you and Mrs. Thingy. And Mama Homesick doing laughing faces. And she says good luck, son, which is Homesick Alien, if you haven't guessed, from Mama Homesick. So Skyjacker, Nissan driver this season, is out on the track first to try and set a time for the qualifying. We can have another look around, see how things are. Liam Anfield, he is in the Porsche this season. Very nice. Very nice. It's got to be a strong contender, is Liam Anfield out there, one of the strongest for the title. Oh, Skyjacker has been in an amazing form of late. Homesick Alien, Skyjacker's teammate, also in the Nissan. He's won many championships. I don't believe he's won a GTMC yet, so he'll be gunning for the top step. Alpha not in the chat saying evening thingy. Hi Alpha. Who haven't we seen? Oh, Liam's made a bit of a mess of his outlap, but luckily it is an outlap, so it's not too bad. So Skyjacker we've seen in his Nissan. Homesick, so the two Nissans out front there, setting the times early doors. Shiren we saw in practice in his Aston Martin electric in a Ferrari, looking very nice. Pat in the Beamer we saw earlier. Rido has gone for a McLaren, a Red Bull McLaren. Nice. Shadow Rider is Liam's teammate, it seems, in the Cayman Porsche. Jim in the second Ferrari now. I think Jim drove the Ferrari last season, so he's come back for more punishment with the Ferrari Marquis. So I remember him in the Group 3s. He's always good for a fastest lap. So we'll have to see how that car fares. Turtle, it's Pat's teammate in the BMW. GT Racer we saw in the Jaguar in practice. Jokas is in the Jaguar also. Liam Anfield we saw earlier in the Porsche, having a bit of a spin. Now he's on it. They're all on it now. There's Simon in an Aston. Got to catch them all. Hey Simon. And Uncle B Darren in the Subaru. And like I said, Bunny was unable to reach us in time. Work commitments. But promises he is going to be back soon. We're watching Skyjacker going around into the hairpin. Let's go on board, see how all that's working. Get a little bit of a view of the lap while they're going around on their flying lap. Heading downhill through the chicane that goes back uphill. Very tight coming out of that. Up into fourth, heading up to another hairpin, which will take us on to the start straight, and we'll see what time he has managed on his first flying lap. The car 99 Nissan makes its way across the start line to set the first time of the evening, and it's a 39.7. Homesick Alien betters it by 2/10. Anyone else? Shiren's crossed the line, not quite. Half a second off. Electric's crossed the line. He's 8/10 off of Shiren's time. Now Pat set a time only 300ths off of Electric. Shadow Rider is 4/10 behind Jim. Jim's gone in there. No, Turtle's gone in there. In the top three for Turtle with a 40.1. Shiren in fourth in the Aston Martin. No, scrub that, because Liam Anfield has just taken second place, provisional second on the grid in his Porsche. So Homesick Alien so far the fastest man out there. I don't think they've all crossed the line yet. Now they have. We can have a run through. So Homesick Alien, the fastest man on that first flying lap, with Liam Anfield second fastest. Third is Skyjacker. Then we have Uncle B Darren fourth in his Subaru. I am telling you, Uncle B Darren can be quite handy. We've seen him in the juniors getting some good results. So Uncle B Darren in the Subaru, fourth fastest. Turtle fifth in the BMW. The loosey-goosey back-end BMW, you can see he couldn't even make that corner. Ooh, he's going to get out of the way there. But Turtle in fifth in the Beamer. Shiren sixth in the Aston Martin. And my feelings about that Aston Martin is it just doesn't like corners, doesn't want to turn in. GT Racer in the Jaguar, which I also think suffers a little bit with the turn-in issue. in 7th, fastest. Electric 8th in the Ferrari. 9th for Pat in his BMW. Jim down in 10th. Shadow Rider in 11th. Joker's 12th. Rito in 13th. Simon in 14th. And now they're all setting times again. Homesick Alien has gone a little faster. Shiren has gone faster also, but only good for 2nd place, just under 2/10 off of the Homesick Alien. Liam Anfield, he hasn't set a time yet. He's just coming towards the line. And what can he do? He doesn't go any faster, stays in 3rd. Skyjacker did not manage to beat his time on his 2nd flying lap. Uncle B Darren is just going to cross the line, I think. And he goes faster, he's up to 3rd. Uncle B Darren. Watch out, everyone. So Uncle B Darren, 3rd fastest now, with Liam down to 4th. Skyjacker in 5th. Turtle in 6th, trying to keep control of that BMW. GT Racer 7th, only a 10th behind Turtle. Not much to find for GT Racer, and he can move up a position. He's only a 2nd off of Homesick Alien's time at the top of the grid. Electric in 8th. He did go faster his last time around. And he's in 8th. 9th is Pat. He didn't manage to beat his time that last lap around. Jim also didn't manage to beat his time. Jokus in 11th. He did go faster. 2/10 ahead of Shadow Rider at the moment, but it looks like... Oh, no, that isn't Shadow Rider behind him, it's Liam. But there's Shadow Rider in 12th. Simon 13th, managed to get ahead of Rito. Skyjacker's gone faster, but he's not broken the top 3. We'll have a look in a minute. But Simon ahead of Rito in his McLaren. Don't rev it up too much. The McLaren likes short changes. So Skyjacker went faster. He's only a 10th and a half behind Uncle Darren. Pat's gone faster, as has Jim and Rito and Turtle. So it's all changing down the end, down the other end of the grid. Turtle in 6th, 3/10 off of Liam Anfield, nearly 2.5 ahead of GT Racer. Jim's moved up to 8th, only a half a second off of GT Racer, and a 10th, just over a 10th ahead of Rito, who also went quicker. And he's gone ahead of Electric. So Electric, he's got to dig deep now. With only just over 2 minutes left of qualifying, he's got to find a little extra, and he's 1.6 down on his lap time at the moment. Pat in 11th, but he's got a... Oh, it says a purple, but it's only 700 slower than he's gone, so he's moving. He's shifting. He's only got to find 700s to get ahead of Electric. And he's only 100th ahead of Shadow Rider, so it's very tight down the field. Unbelievably tight. Shadow Rider, like I said, he's only got to find 1/100th, and he's ahead of Pat. Jokus 3.5 behind Shadow Rider in 13th, and Simon is in 14th, half second down. Simon, new to the club, first race for him, so hopefully he's keeping his expectations low. You can't just hit the ground running, got to work your way up. And so far he's doing a good job keeping a track with those guys. So Homesick Alien is still on pole at the moment. Uncle B Darren, he's done for the day. Or done for qualifying at least anyway. He's waiting for the race. He's happy with his 3rd place. Pat does go faster. Does he move? Jim's also gone faster though. Jim's moved up to 8th. And Rito's gone faster as well. 140.7 for Rito. Moved up to 9th. Pat got faster, but he's just not quite got Electric there. He's still 100th off, 600ths ahead of Shadow Rider. So it's very tight in that mid-pack there. Beautiful stuff. Rito and Jim both jumping up to 8th and 9th. Homesick Alien. The only threat for Homesick Alien is Liam. Liam's getting purples at the moment. This must be their last lap around. And it looks like Liam Anfield might be in for a surprise right at the end. Shiren also getting purples. So this is interesting. Who's ahead on track? It's going to be Shiren. We'll see. He's just behind Homesick Alien. I don't know if Homesick Aliens are managing to go faster in this last lap. start crossing the line now. We see Skyjacker. Can he get ahead of Uncle B Darren? Doesn't look like it. So Homesick Alien crossing the line. He doesn't go faster. Oh, Shiren does though. Shiren does go faster. And he, no, yeah, moves ahead of Liam, doesn't he? Yeah, Liam Anfield. But Liam Anfield now, he's coming towards the line. What can he do? He's lost a position to Shiren. Shiren was 700ths off of Homesick Alien on that last lap. Pat's gone faster. Further down, we'll have a look through. It's all right with Uncle B Darren in the pits. It means the timer will come, so we can have a good look around. Liam Anfield doesn't do it. Look at that, 700ths off his own time. Gutted for him. So Homesick Alien is a pole sitter so far. I think we've all crossed the Joker's right at the end has crossed the line, and there's someone else. That must be Simon. No, Simon's on in the pits. Someone's just about to cross the lines. But they don't go any faster anyway. So here we go then. So Homesick Alien is your provisional pole sitter ahead of the Russian sensation Shiren. Liam Anfield knocked down to third on that final lap there, the final run of Shiren's. Uncle B Darren doing a cracking job in his Subaru. In fourth, Skyjacker getting fifth place. Sixth goes to Turtle. Seventh, GT Racer. Eighth for Jim. Ninth for Joe Cass. So Joe Cass right at the end there. That lap put him ahead of Rido and Pat. It's a good move for Joe Cass there at the end. Rido in 10th place. Pat in 11th. Pat did go faster in the end. He got Electric. He was behind Electric, so managed to nip a position off of Electric right on that last lap. Electric in 12th. 13th for Shadow Rider. And Simon in 14th. Cracking job by all out there so far, but that is the man of the moment. Oh, it still works. Yeah. Homesick Alien. Car 77. Starting the championship as he means to go on, but Shiren. These two had a real tough battle. What championship was they in a battle with? It was the last Thursday thing, whatever we did. I think it was the divisions, the Mazda divisions. Yeah, them two were in a title fight, and yeah, it had to be on account back in the end. They drew. They drew on points, so it had to go back on wins. So these two carrying on that championship battle into the GTMC, but I still fancy a Liam Anfield one, not to count out. Liam Anfield is very good. Excuse me, so that's the grid. And that's about as good a shot we're going to get, I'm afraid. You can see a few of the cars. Oh, did I ever tell you where we are? We're at Yamagawa. Yes, for round one of the GTMC Season 5. Homesick Alien makes the greatest getaway. Shiren, a little cumbersome. His Aston Martin a bit slow off the line, and Liam Anfield was trying to have a look. There is Skyjacker, and on Uncle B Darren. Uncle B Darren, as he's just gained that position from Skyjacker. He's got the inside line at the moment. So Uncle B Darren is fighting for that fourth place. He got in qualifying against Skyjacker, and they've got Turtle just very close behind. Homesick Alien still leading from Shiren. Then Liam Anfield in third. Uncle B Darren in fourth. Then with Turtle. Turtle's up there. Turtle in the fast BMW, trying to make a move up the inside of Skyjacker. He makes it stick. And now Turtle's in fifth. Skyjacker down to sixth place. Then we have Joker's in seventh. Joker's having a great start. He qualified about 8th or 9th, but he's up to 7th already. Jim in 8th. GT Racer 9th. I think it's GT Racer that's dropped back there. And they're side by side going through the chicane is Jim and Joker's. That was some amazing stuff there. And they're catching up with Turtle. Turtle's slowing down for some reason. Is he not? Oh, no, Rido now behind these guys. He's caught them up. He's having a look at GT Racer. Pat's having a look at someone's moving. Someone's moving. Rido's dropping down. Oh, they're going side by side through. What a beautiful piece of action there. It's all shifting around as they're 3 are wide going through the corners. And GT Racers out wide. So was the BMW of Pat, I believe it was. And it's a real scram down at the back here. Electric just trying to find his way past Pat. Pat in 11th now, in 12th, because Electric's just found his way up to 11th. Homesick Alien still leading from Shiren, and Liam Anfield will go back. Here they are. Oh, Homesick Alien under pressure from Shiren. They're very close to each other at the moment, and Liam Anfield clinging on to the back of him. Uncle B Darren, he's about a second adrift of the top 3 now, and a second and a half ahead of Skyjacker, who got himself back ahead of Turtle, but Turtle's keeping up with him. He wants a piece of that Nissan, and you've got Jimmy up into 7th now. He's got himself ahead of Jokers. Rido in 9th, Shadow Rider in 10th place, 11th for Electric ahead of Pat in 12th. Then we have GT Racer in 13th, and Simon has caught that little pack up, and he's up for a bit of a battle. Got Homesick Alien. Oh, and we've missed a move somewhere. Hang on, let's have a quick look. So it looked like Liam Anfield had made a move on Shiren. Shiren trying to go for that outside wide line, and Liam Anfield just sneaking his Porsche up underneath Shiren. But there's a bit of a wiggle on, and we'll see what's happening when they come back, because it looks like Shiren's just about to come back at him there. They're side by side as Shiren and Liam Anfield, battling it out. Shiren back into a 2nd spot, and Liam Anfield's coming back though. Oh, and this is great for Uncle B Darren. He's caught these 2 right up as they're battling it out. Liam Anfield at the moment in that 2nd spot, Shiren down into 3rd, and Uncle B Darren from a 2nd down on these guys. He's back up to half a second behind them, and them battling it out is costing them and giving Homesick Alien a little braving space, but not too much. He's only 7/10 ahead of the Porsche, and the Porsche will be wanting a tow up this straight. Can Liam Anfield late break it? He's a little too far back from the Nissan in this first corner. It's a beautiful corner, that one. Just a long left-hander, but it is a killer on the tyres. But at the moment, it doesn't even look like the tyres are affected, so I'm not sure if Skyjacker's remembered to turn the tyre dead on. It's been known to happen now. I think I can see red on there. Yeah, there is red on there. So the tyres, they're sticking up to it okay. I mean, they're only on the 3rd lap, but they're nearly 5 minutes into the race, 4 minutes into the race. Homesick Alien so far maintaining that lead ahead of Liam Anfield. They seem to have pulled away from Shiren a little bit, and now Shiren's got his hands full with Uncle B Darren. Uncle B Darren having a look one way, he's going to be having a look another way, and that Aston Martin of Shiren is under threat from the little Scooby, the little pink Scooby, all up in his grill. Then we've got Skyjacker in 5th, doing a solid job. He just got the fastest lap on lap 2, and he's staying ahead of the BMW of Turtle. Turtle giving it great balls out there in the Beamer. Then we've got Jim in 7th, a solid job from the Ferrari, staying way ahead of Jokers' Jaguar. But he's about 2 seconds adrift from Turtle's Beamer. Then you've got Jokers. He's got Shadow Rider. Shadow Rider's come through. Yeah, I'm sure he was behind the guys behind him. That's a quote. Sure he was behind the guys behind him. But I think he was at one point behind the guys behind him. But Shadow Rider up into 9th, all behind Jokers, trying to get that Cayman to get into some action for him. Pat in 10th, ahead of Electric in 11th. Simon's up to 12th. Rido's dropped back. Rido and GT Racer, oh, they're so far off the pack and so close together. One wonders if they may have had a coming together. Possibly. But Rido now 9.3 seconds behind Simon, has got it all to do. Homesick Alien, oh, it's 2/10 now, 1/10, oh my word. Liam Anfield really starting to tighten the screw on Homesick Alien. That pressure, the pressure that Homesick Alien's feeling at the moment, and now Liam's got the toe. He's placing his car to try and get that outside so he can swing it underneath the Alien. Oh, it's a terrible place to try and make a move anyway. He's probably just waiting till they get to the top of the hill. Yes, Murray Manchigi. Yeah, that was a bit Murray Walker saying that about behind the cars in front of him. But now it's Liam Anfield letting Homesick Alien know that him and his Porsche are knocking on the door. They want a piece of this. First win is a big psychological battle there for the title fight. And Liam Anfield is chomping at the bit to get ahead of that Nissan. Shiren, them two slowing each other, racing each other, could slow each other down. And it'll give Shiren and Uncle B Darren the opportunity. You can't even see the Porsche, can you? Look at it. Camouflaged by a Nissan. As they head into this first corner, and Homesick Alien, great defensive driver. He knows where to put that Nissan. And no, because Liam Anfield's found a crack. He's found a door that's open. And he's putting his way through. And he's through. He's up into the lead. What can Homesick Alien do? Has he got the grunt of the Nissan along the straights? There's not much there. Not much room there between the curb and the Porsche as well. So Homesick Alien drops behind, and Shiren there ready to pick up the pieces. He's like saying, yes please, in that Aston Martin. Absolute bullet in a straight line is the Aston Martin, but when it gets to the corners it feels a little bit shaky. And oh no, Alien's off, he's back on again, but it looks like that's enough for Shiren. Shiren up into second. Homesick Alien having a lap from hell at the moment. He's just got to get his head together and shake it off, because Uncle B Darren's waiting as well. And Homesick Alien going from first down to third. Oh, maybe fourth. Uncle B Darren's having a look up the inside of him in the Scooby. It's a battle of the Japs at the moment, with the Subaru versus the Nissan. It looks like Homesick Alien has got back into the swing of it, and now he's been looking at the front of Shiren, the back of Shiren, sorry, wondering how to get by. There's Skyjacker in 5th place. Pretty quiet race for him. He's probably hoping he can see that battle probably ahead of him. Oh, let's have a look from his point of view. So he can see all those cars up ahead of him, and he's hoping they're all probably going to tangle with each other and give him a lovely opportunity to swing by and get something out of it. At the moment it's all as is at the top 4. Uncle B Darren does look the stronger one to try and make the move. The Nissan looking like it's struggling. Is it the tyres? Could it be the tyres? Liam Anfield's tyres are not too bad. Shiren's worn is a little bit more. I think Shiren's worn is more than Homesick Alien has, in all fairness. Uncle B Darren's, they're quite good at the back there. So maybe Homesick, he's feeling that the car's a bit slidier than it was. It's not got the grip that he had. And Skyjacker is really giving his front right tyre a workout. Turtle Racing in 6th place, 3.6 seconds behind Skyjacker, 3.5 seconds ahead of Shadow Rider. Shadow Rider up into 7th now. Man alive, this man is coming through. Pat now in 8th. We've had some drops, haven't we? Electric in 9th. Joker's dropped out. He's back in 10th place. Oh, poor Jokers. He did a 47.2 that last lap around. Jim also dropping back. Oh, a 54 from Jim that last lap around. Don't know, we've had a bit of a coming together here. Simon's up to 12 for his debut in the VRC. Well done, Simon. GT Racer trying to catch him up, though, in 13th. He's only 8/10 behind him in the Jaguar. And Rido also trying to catch up at that little battle. So Liam Anfield now 9/10 ahead of Shiren. Shiren might be in trouble. Homesick Alien seems to have dropped Uncle B Darren now. That threat has dissipated. In fact, Skyjacker is catching up with Uncle B Darren. He's only 2 seconds behind. Uncle B Darren lost a big bunch of time. 2 seconds in that last lap. 2 seconds he's behind the Alien, so that works out right. The Alien 3/10 behind Shiren. He still hasn't given up on those front positions, but Liam Anfield is pulling away from the rest of the field. He is the man with the fastest lap, a 1:40.742. So Liam Anfield looking lethal in the Porsche. Shiren looking quite good with that Aston Martin. I was slating it at the beginning about how it doesn't like corners, but at the moment proving me wrong, up in 2nd place with Homesick Alien in 3rd in the Nissan. Uncle B Darren, he's losing pace there. In 4th, he's dropped another 3/10 from Homesick Alien and Skyjacker. Skyjacker will be seeing that time drop in, and he'll be trying to sort of push on. And near the end of this race, we're into the last 4 minutes of this sprint race before we go on to the feature race. Oh, no, Uncle B Darren, he's starting to decide to do some drifting. He's drifting the Subaru, and that will be music to Skyjacker's ears. Most definitely, but, you know, actually, he didn't lose too much time from it, and it looked awesome, so well done, Uncle B Darren. Further back, Turtle Racing, 5 seconds adrift from Skyjacker. Shadow Rider, 2 seconds behind Turtle Racing, did a 42.2 his last time around. Turtle doing a 43.1. So Turtle losing pace, yeah, that front BMW. You can see the front right on that BMW, the tyre. Down on the bottom dash, if you're not sure where I'm looking. See the 4 tyres around the car. Yes, it's looking pretty rough, that front right tyre on the BMW. Crosses the line with a 43.5. Shadow Rider, 42.4. So Shadow Rider looking after his tyres wonderfully in this first race. He's starting to catch up Turtle. Turtle will definitely be in danger before the end of this race is out. Pat in 8th. Not suffering with the tyre deg as bad as Turtle, but still, he is leaning on that front right tyre. Electric up into 9th place. We saw he did a big drop off of the grid and back to 11th, but he's come through up into 9th, ahead of Jokers in 10th. 44.0 from Jokers, and last time around they're all suffering with that front right tyre here at Yamagawa. Jim in 11th, he's 4.4 seconds behind Jokers, but he has pulled away from GT Racer. GT Racer has managed to pull up to and past Simon. Simon's doing a 44. We've got GT Racer doing 42s at the moment. Arido, a 41.7 last time around, but he's 14 seconds adrift. He must have had another one, a 58 on lap 6. So Liam Anfield now 4.5 seconds lead in this race as we come across the line to start the final lap. And Homesick Alien is absolutely battering Shiren at the moment. It looks like Homesick Alien is ready to make a move. Shiren's tyres must have totally given up. Because he's looking for a way-by. Oh, it's late on the brakes. There's a little nudge, but they're both surviving. And there we go. I don't know if that was it looked quite late, but it looked like Shiren closing the door quite late as well. I think a bit of a delayed action from both drivers there. But Homesick backing out of it, and no damage done. Uncle B Darren, he's 1.5 seconds ahead of Skyjacker, so he's looking okay on this final lap. Turtle, 1.8 seconds ahead of Shadow Rider. Should be able to maintain that for the rest of this lap, who you'd hope. Pat, he's okay in 8th. Electric is under threat from Jokers. Jokers coming through in the Jaguar. He's made the move, but he's gone out wide, and Electric says, yeah, all day long, mate. So Electric staying in that 9th place for now, but Jokers is trying to get it back. Right then, Liam Anfield, he's loads ahead. Shiren's pulled away a little bit from the Alien. It looks like the Alien's tyres are a little bit better, but not a huge amount to be able to attack Shiren. I think that was his moment. We saw at the beginning of the lap. Liam Anfield then coming around that final hairpin here at Kyoto Driving Park, I believe. Yamagawa, I believe. And he takes the win. Well done, Liam Anfield. Awesome stuff. 15 minutes in the Group 4 car. Here comes Shiren for that 2nd place. And Homesick Alien gets the final podium position. Take a boo, my son. Uncle B Darren grabs 4th. Skyjacker grabs a 5th. Turtle saves that 6th. Shadow Rider just didn't get there in the end, but he's got 7th. Pat 8th. Great stuff from Pat. Jokers 9th. He got ahead of Electric in the end, and so Electric finishing in 10th. Jim brings home the Ferrari in 11th. With GT Racer in 12th. Simon, on his debut, brings home his Aston Martin in 13th. Ahead of Arrido's McLaren. Coming home in 14th. Think he had enough, I reckon. There goes Arrido's McLaren. So well done to Liam Anfield. First blood in this long championship. So Mama Homesick saying, well, there he goes. He got himself a wreath and a trophy. Well done, Liam Anfield. Super stuff. So in the chat, we've got Mama Homesick. Yeah. Mama Homesick saying, well done, Homesick. And Bunny, I think, saying, good evening, Thingy. Good luck, all. I will be there on the next one. See, he is. He will be there in the next one. So, we'll take you to the race results. I was just quickly seeing if Skyjacker put a time up. He sometimes puts a time up to say when the next race is. Simon, trust me, man, when I joined the VRC, I was miles off racing with these guys. It makes you faster. I can't see a time yet. So here's the race results anyway. Liam Anfield takes that win. What a glorious battle we saw between him and Shiren and Homesick Alien and Uncle B Darren at some point in that race, and it was great stuff to see. Liam Anfield in the end making a super move on Homesick Alien. Didn't think he could do it, but he just went out wide and then swung it under the Alien leaving the door open for him. I think it was just too late to close it. I think tyre wear was starting to hinder the Alien, not taking anything away from Liam's move. But Shiren grabbing second place after the Liam Anfield overtook Homesick Alien. I don't know if Homesick Alien was overdriving the car or if just the tyre wear, like we said, but he went out a bit wide, giving Shiren the opportunity to move up to second place, and he never looked back from there. Homesick Alien rounding out your podium with Uncle B Darren in a cracking fourth in that Subaru, Skyjacker in fifth in the second Nissan, Turtle in the top BMW finishing in sixth, Shadow Rider in the second Porsche finishing in seventh, Pat in the second BMW finishing in eighth, Jocus in the top Jaguar finishing in ninth, Electric in the top Ferrari, but him and Jim finished 10th and 11th, so the two Ferraris finishing in 10th and 11th. GT Racer in the second Jaguar in 12th. Oh, I thought GT Racer had got ahead of Electric, so maybe it was Jocus that got, no, it was GT Racer got ahead of Simon, sorry. So GT Racer in 12th in the Jaguar, then Simon's Aston Martin finishing in 13th, with Rido's McLaren 650S in 14th. Fastest lap was by the race winner, Liam Anfield, on lap 3 with a 140.742. So, in the chat, 2045. I wonder what P6 means. Oh, P6, the randomator, yes. The special random thing must have done its thing, and the grid will reverse from P6. So whoever finished in 6th, let's have a look, will be on pole. So Turtle Racing is going to be your pole sitter, and then Skyjacker will be in 2nd, Uncle B Darren 3rd, Homesick Alien in 4th, Turtle Racing in 5th, Liam Anfield in 6th, and then the grid, Shadow Rider, Pat, Jocus, Electric, Jim, GT Racer, Simon, and Rido after that. Okay, so they've changed the times. I hear there's cars driving around, so you can have a look at some of the pretty cars whilst I just go and check on my geraniums. I'm just going to quickly throw an anniversary party together in 2 seconds. Oh, I think we've got a popper somewhere. I'm pretty sure we've got a party popper in the drawer. So I'll go and sort out this anniversary business. I'll see you soon. So, hello again. Hi. If you're still with us. Sorry, that was a bit longer break. It was a big party. It was great. We renewed our vows. She said, I do. I said, I do. Hey, there we go. We're back away again. So, we're just juicing up, getting ourselves all lubed up ready. Oiling ourselves down for the Group 3s. These cars are immense. They really are some powerful beasts out there. The Group 3s never disappoint. The drivers are still using the same manufacturer, but the Group 3 counterpart. So, like you can see, Liam Anfield is in the 911 Porsche, which is a very well-balanced car. He's going to do very well here, I believe. He's got the fastest lap out there in practice so far. They have the free choice of super soft, soft and mediums, but they do have to use both compounds, or at least two of those three compounds once. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm doing that. And Sharon in the Aston Martin Group 3 car. How can he do in that? This is the big question. Does the Group 3 car perform as well as what the Group 4 car does? Are they somewhere abouts? Is one car better than the other? It's hard to tell. The Beamers, I believe the Beamers was the league winners last season, as were the McLarens in Lobby 2. So Turtle sitting on pole is there's a lot of pressure. He's only been in the group, the VRC, for half a season of the juniors on Sunday evening. So, and I don't know. This is a step up, definitely a step up from the juniors. The juniors is a bit of fun on a Sunday evening. Simon in the Aston Martin Group 3. Oh, it's nice. It's Iron Brew. And Rido. So, without further ado, oh, there's more chat. Pat saying, I can breathe again now. Wow, that felt good. Yeah, well done, Pat. 8th. Cracking stuff. So, Turtle on pole, but it looks like it's a rolling start. That takes some of the pressure off. Rido saying, I'm so slow. No, you were doing good laps, Rido. Not at all. Alpha not saying, happy anniversary, Mr. and Mrs. Thingy. Oh, thanks, Alpha. And Turtle saying, congrats with the anniversary thing. Yes, she survived 16 years with me. And Mama Homesick saying, go for it. So, here they go. Turtle leading them away. He's starting on the soft tyre, as is the Skyjacker, and they're all looking like soft tyre is the way to go. Oh, someone's gone for super softs, Pat. Joker's on the mediums. Interesting stuff. So we can see some strategies already building as Turtle leads them away in his BMW into the first corner first. And Turtle leading from Skyjacker. Then we've got Uncle B Darren in the Scooby, followed closely by the second Nissan of Homesick Alien. Sharon in 5th for Aston Martin. Liam Anfield 6th in the Porsche. Behind him his teammate Shadow Rider. They're both on the soft tyre. Pat on the super softs. He's starting the super softs in this stint. Interesting stuff. See how long we saw. They lasted around about 15 minutes at least. So maybe. Then we've got Jokers on the medium, but there's not much grip there, as he's already found out in his Panasonic sponsored Jaguar. Behind them we've got Jim in the Ferrari, just getting past GT Racer, it looks. GT Racer in the Jaguar. There's Rido, moved up a couple of positions. Simon in 13th. So we lost someone, I think. We had 14, so someone's disappeared. I don't know what. Electric, oh yeah, I think Electric's having struggles getting in the room, but so far Turtle under pressure from Skyjacker. Turtle having to defend his lead at the moment. Homesick Alien's moved up ahead of Uncle B Darren. So Homesick Alien making a move early in this race, but the Scooby coming back at him. Now they're onto the straight of the end of the lap. And Turtle still leading ahead of the Nissan of Skyjacker. Skyjacker trying to get a toe, but this first corner's tricky to make a move in. Takes all of your grip just to keep going around, not alone try and make a move on someone. But Skyjacker closing up on Turtle. He really fancies to get the lead off of Turtle early doors in that BMW, but he's out wide, he's out wide. He's had a little clash with the barrier, but it's all right. There's no damage yet. Turtle pulling away a little bit, getting a bit of breathing space. And now Homesick Alien's closing up on Skyjacker. It looks like he's lining himself up the inside of his teammate. No team orders this early in the season. And Shiren in that Aston Martin looking dangerous. B. Darren has fallen back into Liam Anfield's clutches. So Uncle B. Darren not enjoying that. Oh, we got a spinner, we got a spinner. Oh my word, it's not. Is it Spinjacker? I mean, it is Skyjacker, but was it his own accord, or was there something happened here as they go into the corners? Change of direction. Oh, a wiggle on, hit the barrier, and oh my lord, it's the return of Spinjacker, I'm afraid. And he's got it all to do in this race now, pushing hard. They're in second place, and now he's down to 8th, behind Pat, ahead of Jokus, who's on the medium tyres, remember, who's battling it with GT Racer on them softs. Battles all the way up and down the field. In 11th, Jim, with Simon in 12th, and Rido looks like he's had a bad first lap, but Turtle Racing still leading. Homesick Alien in second place. Shiren in 3rd. Liam Anfield's caught them up now. He's got himself ahead of Uncle B. Darren. Uncle B. Darren not enjoying the Subaru as much, the Group 3 Subaru, as he did the Group 4 one. Shadow Rider in 6th. He's only 1.5 seconds. Those Porsches are lovely and balanced, though, I'd say. Oh, and Shiren's looking for a move on Homesick Alien. Early doors, Homesick Alien and Shiren, their battle from the first race continuing, but now Shiren's had to back out of that, and he's got Liam Anfield to contend with. Can he defend from Liam Anfield? That Aston Martin has got good straight line speeds, but the Porsche is nippy as you like, and he's all over Shiren, giving Homesick Alien a bit of breathing space, and now Homesick Alien looks like he's closing in on Turtle Racing. Turtle Racing on lap 3, led since the start, doing an absolute cracking stand-up job in the BMW. Homesick Alien 7/10 behind him. Shiren having to battle with the Porsche of Liam Anfield. Oh, look at Liam Anfield going through them chicanes sideways, both ways. Beautiful stuff. Uncle B. Darren still holding on to that 5th place. Then Shadow Rider in 6th. Pat in the second BMW in 7th, ahead of Skyjacker. Skyjacker having to come back in this race after his early woes. Jokus in 9th. GT Racer in 10th place. Jokus doing a great job on those medium tyres to hold off GT Racer. Simon in 12th. Simon's lost a bit of time to Jim, who's in 11th. And then Arido obviously struggling at the back there. In the chat, we have Mama Homesick saying, go for it, Homesick. Binko saying, hi Thingy, congrats on the anniversary. That's alright. It was more her than me. I think she has to deal with a lot more than I do. Racer Brown saying, Rido, keep your head. Remember what I said. Think it's practice, mate. Racer Brown, don't push. Don't push. Never push. Oh, God, while I was reading that, I missed the lead being changed. Homesick Alien's now leading from Turtle Racing. I apologise. You guys must have seen it because I was on it, but I was too busy reading the stream chat. But Homesick Alien now leading from Turtle, and Turtle's got... Liam Anfield's got past Shiren. My word, I wasn't reading them for ages, was I? It was only a couple of lines. Jeez, and it's all changed. All changed with the top 4. Unbelievable stuff. Uncle B. Darren holding on to that 5th ahead of Shadow Rider, but Shadow Rider's closing down on him. With Pat in 7th, Skyjacker in 8th. GT Racer has got himself ahead of Jokus. Jokus has dropped back 2 positions there. Jokus back in 11th now from 9th. So the medium tyres not helping at all, really. Simon in 12th, he's 10 seconds, and Rido. Don't push, Rido. Just chill, man. Chill, man. Oh, yeah, that's a lot better. 10 seconds faster. And he's gone. That's cracking stuff. It's a long race, Rido. We've still got 33 minutes to go. So you can just slowly catch some of those guys at the back who are racing. Homesick Aliens getting purples. Liam Anfield and Shiren. Turtle's dropped back to 4th now. Poor Turtle from leading back to 4th. And Shiren trying to attack the Porsche of Liam Anfield as Homesick Alien extends his lead. He's up to 1.1 seconds. Liam Anfield doesn't want to let him get away too much as he chases him down. But remember, Homesick Alien was leading the sprint race and got tyre woes halfway through, so that Nissan does like to burn tyres. And that's one to watch out for, because I think, although it's marginal between the Porsche and the Nissan at the moment, Shiren, they're all suffering with a bit of tyre wear really at the moment. Turtle, he's dropped back to Uncle B Darren now. He really is struggling. Uncle B Darren's really ripping his tyres apart, but Turtle's really struggling for pace. He did a 37.3. Chuck, calm down. The Flying Dutchman just getting a little excited out there. His lap time's getting a bit shaky. He's just got to get back into it, get his head back into it. He's in fourth at the moment. 42.4 that last lap, so Uncle B Darren doing a 35.5. He is all up in the BMW's business, and Shadow Rider is less than a second behind Uncle B Darren. So let's get on board. Oh, and dear, that's Rito off at the side of the track. But at the moment we're seeing this battle with a Turtle. Oh, Shiren's dropped back as well. Shiren's dropped back to fourth. So I don't know what's happened to Shiren. And Uncle B Darren's trying to find a way up the inside of Shiren. Shadow Rider's there, right on his tail. And I don't know what happened. It must have happened to Shiren, because he was doing okay, pulling away from Turtle, racing with Liam Anfield, but he's dropped back. Is it his tyres maybe? No, his tyres don't look too bad. Not as bad as Uncle B Darren's. Uncle B Darren is definitely not going to go too far in this race. Those tyres are going for him. Ooh. And there's Shadow Rider trying to find a way past the Scooby. It's all... You've got Racer Brown saying rev halfway, Rido. Mama Homesick saying, how long is this race? Sorry, thingy, I obviously wasn't paying attention when you mentioned it. It's a 40-minuter. We've got 30 minutes left. And we're 30 minutes and a half second left. And we're 9.5 minutes in. And Shadow Rider trying to find a way past Uncle B Darren. Shiren in fourth place. Then we've got Turtle back on the podium position ahead of Shiren. Liam Anfield closing up on Homesick Alien. We thought Homesick Alien was stretching his legs, trying to get away from the Porsche, but the Porsche has got it back under a second. And we're seeing echoes of the sprint race now on lap 7 of this feature race. It's a long race though, still 30 minutes to go. And Liam Anfield trying to get that lead early doors. They're both on similar fuels, similar tyre wear. They're 6.5 seconds ahead of Turtle now, who's battling it out with Shiren. Shiren's tyres though, well, both tyres are not looking too hot. I think we're going to have to see some stops soon. Shadow Rider up into fifth. He's finally got himself ahead of Uncle B Darren. Uncle B Darren's front right tyre is absolutely pulverised. I don't think he's going to be able to go much further on that set of tyres. We're coming up to 11 minutes into this race. Of a 40-minute race, I suppose he wants to eke him out for a few more laps yet, or he'll be stopping he'll be stopping 3 times during this race. He has to stop now. Skyjacker. Oh, GT Racers behind him now. No, Pat's dropped back, I think. So Skyjacker in 7th. He's got himself ahead of Pat. His tyre's not looking too good. GT Racer in 8th place. Jokus on those mediums. His tyres are doing all right. He'll be coming back at these guys. They're doing 36. So Skyjacker's just crossed the line with a 42.3. And GT Racer a 36.1. And Jokus a 37.0. So he's about similar pace with the tyres at the moment. Jim doing a 40. So he's on the mediums as well. Has he pitted recently, or did he start on the mediums? Maybe he started on the mediums. I didn't notice. But Jim in his Ferrari, he's on the mediums. He's behind Jokus, who's also on the mediums. Pat's behind because he's pitted. He pitted on lap 6. That's going to be a lot of pit stops for Pat. He's put the soft tyres on again, but that's going to be a lot of pit stops. Simon in 12th. He's 2.5 seconds behind Pat. He's on the mediums. And they're wearing down quite nicely with Rido saw he had a big super softs on. I'm not sure if he came in the plates or he started on those, but he's gonna just step back and chill. He's had his fastest lap of 37.4, so he's got the pace. Homesick Alien still leading from Liam Anfield. Liam Anfield giving it his all, or possibly now sitting behind him trying to fuel save a bit, but still a quarter of a tank for both of them. Homesick Alien leading on lap 9. Uncle B Darren's gone in, and those tyres, yeah, he really didn't have much of a choice. So Skyjacker moves up into 6th place, but Skyjacker's tyres are not looking great also. So he did a 35.8. I thought he did a 40 that last lap. We've got a couple people. GT Racer's gone in with his... Oh, GT Racer's used his fuel up. Joker's also using his fuel up. So the Jaguar and the... both Jaguars. Very thirsty cars. Very thirsty cars. Homesick Alien, 4/10 ahead of Liam Anfield at the moment. These guys still good with fuel. I can't believe those Jaguars have used the fuel up that much. Shiren, his Aston Martin's barely running on fumes. Shadow Rider in 4th. He's got himself ahead of Turtle. Turtle's tyres, though, are dead. Turtle mustn't have any grip in those tyres whatsoever. But these guys, they've really burnt through their fuels. Homesick and Liam have somehow really done well with their fuel consumption so far. Shiren absolutely on fumes. Shadow Rider's just he's on fumes. He's going to have to pit at the end of this lap. Turtle, he might have another lap in it, but I don't think that front right tyre would appreciate it. Skyjacker, he's doing okay on fuel at the moment, but his front right tyre is not thanking him. Jim on those mediums, he's still got a bit of fuel to keep on going. And there we see Shiren's in. Yeah, they're all coming in. Turtle's coming in. Shadow Racer, that's around about 14 minutes, I suppose. They could do another 10-minute run or another 15-minute run and have a 10-minute stint at the end to try and race back those positions. Homesick and Liam Anfield, both lap times still doing 35.1, 35.4 for those two, so I don't think they're going to be losing much time on the guys that come out of the pits. Usually when they're on the older tyres, their lap times are dropping off the cliff edge, but so far it looks like they're maintaining good laps out there. Jim's staying out there as well, but he's on fumes now. He's going to have to come in. I don't know if he was trying to eat that out for a one stop. Getting to 20 minutes, and there is Shiren, first out of the pits. He's put some super softs on, so maybe he's doing a quick 10-minute stint. Coming in for the last 15 minutes. He's up ahead of Uncle Brown, who's put mediums on for the second half of this race. That's interesting. The strategies are all very varied. Pat, we made that early stop earlier, back up into 7th place. He's ahead of Shadow Rider, who's gone for soft tyres. Turtle Racing's gone for super softs. So it might be just that the super softs are a better alternative than the medium tyres. GT Racer's gone for mediums. Simon in that Aston Martin is still on his original mediums. He's doing well for fuel, but Jokus has caught him up on his softs and he wants to get by. Skyjacker has pitted, but the two leaders have not. Homesick Alien, though, his fuel has started flashing. His tyres are in a lot worse state than Liam Anfield's. One wonders if Liam Anfield might try and stay out for one more lap. Do the opposite of Homesick Alien. Homesick Alien, I don't think, has any choice in it. With his fuel, he's going to have to come in. Skyjacker in the pit still. Uncle B Darren. He had that earlier stop. He's out there now on his racing mediums. And Pat, I think he was one of the first pit stoppers. He's up to 5th place now. That's great stuff. Turtle's dropped back, has he? No. Oh, because Skyjacker pitted. I don't know who else he's got ahead, but Skyjacker has been into the pits. He's gone for another set of racing softs, so he's definitely going to pit again before the end of this race to put a different tyre on, tyre compound on. GT Racer is in 9th with Jokus in 10th. Oh, it's Jim. Jim had to pit also. Yes, of course. Jim was on the medium tyres. He's pitted, come out in 12th. Oh, these strategies are very interesting. The leaders are in now. The leaders have pitted. Shiren's some 40 seconds behind. What are they losing in a pit stop? Around about 40 seconds. Shiren's going to be on the money. I imagine he's going to be very close when these two leave the pits. And the question is, what tyres will these two choose? As Shiren makes his way around that final corner and someone's onto the track. It's Homesick Alien. Homesick Alien short-filled it a little bit. He's put super softs on, so he's going for a quick sprint in the middle of this race. Liam Anfield, he's gone back onto the softs and he's filled up. Interesting, two variants there, two different strategies by the leaders. But that short filling it has given Homesick Alien a good 3-second advantage on Liam Anfield. And with the stick, oh, Liam Anfield, I don't know if that's a mistake or some sort of computer glitch. Let's come back. It looks like it was a bit of an error. And that is not what Liam Anfield needs. And Shiren is closing up on Liam Anfield. Liam Anfield having to shake off that bit of damage that he's got on the front of the car. I don't know what happened there. That was so bizarre. But Homesick Alien, he'll be looking at that time and thinking 10 seconds, that's great. Liam Anfield will be thinking 10 seconds, that's terrible. But he's only got 6/10 back to Shiren in 3rd place. Shiren just getting the fastest lap, his last lap of the race so far in the Aston Martin. Uncle B Darren holding on to that 4th. Frustrating Shadow Rider. Shadow Rider on those soft tyres, wanting to make headway, get on with the race. And he's got the medium-clad Subaru, but he's going for a move up the inside, trying to use that tyre superiority, and he makes it stick, and there you go. Shadow Rider, no, Shadow Rider, Uncle B Darren's got a better drive out of the corner. The Subaru jumps out of the corners like a beast, and Uncle B Darren manages to keep hold of that 4th position. Uncle B Darren on the mediums is doing mid 35 that last lap. And Shadow Rider doing a 35.1, but Shadow Rider again looking, and it looks like Shiren has got himself by Liam Anfield. Poor Liam Anfield. That is not the outlap he would have liked. But he's staying with Shiren at the moment, not letting the Russian sensation out of his sights. Meanwhile, Homesick Alien is running and hiding. He's taken that Nissan as far as he possibly can now. Shadow Rider up into 4th. He's got himself ahead of Uncle B Darren. Uncle B Darren just got to try and grab the toe of that Porsche and try and come back, but on the medium tyres it's trickier stuff. And Shadow Rider, I think, will have to pit. He's gone for 2 sets of softs there. Turtle Racing on the super softs. He's in 6th. He's just done his fastest lap on lap 11, a 34.7. He's only a second behind Uncle B Darren himself. Uncle B Darren and Turtle both joining the VRC recently in the Red Bull Juniors. I must say they're doing very well. I'm very pleased for the pair of them in this. And Pat in 7th as well. Pat doing a great job, but he's starting to lose the tyres now, I feel. He's losing that lap time in 37.5 his last time around. Skyjacker out there on some fresh rubber. He did a 36.4 his last time around. He's only 5.2 seconds behind Pat. And he'll be wanting to catch the Beamer up. The 2 Beamers, yes. Turtle's in 6th with Pat in 7th. Both BMWs together. It's great. One feels that Turtle's got the edge on Uncle B Darren. Those medium tyres are really hurting Uncle B Darren, but I suppose he felt he had no choice the way he went through the softs. If he'd gone for super softs, he'd be pitting every other lap. So he's gone for the medium tyre. Hopefully that'll come good to him, as the other guys' tyres will go off before his. But at the moment he's got Turtle Racing looking very strong up alongside him, but Uncle B Darren protecting his inside line. The Beamer having a look up the insides. We get on board with Turtle. Homesick Alien still leading. Oh, Liam Anfield's got himself back ahead of Shiren. I'll go and have a look at that situation. So yeah, 1.5 seconds ahead of Shiren. Shiren's super softs might be starting to really hurt him. He did a 33, then 2 34s. I don't know really what's happening there. Homesick Alien, he's just done his fastest lap time. The lap before, a 33.5, which is the fastest lap of the race. He goes faster again, a 33.1. And he really is trying to put this to bed. Remember, he short-filled it. This is only, he's out there for a sprint in the middle section. Whereas Liam Anfield might be going for a longer run. I don't think he's going to be able to make... Well, he won't be able to because he started on the soft. So he definitely has to pit again. But that does mean the advantage will be to Liam near the end, where Homesick will be on possibly the soft tyre. And Liam Anfield will go on to the super soft. So he'll be attacking on the super softs at the very end of this race. Shiren is on the super softs now. He got himself ahead of Liam Anfield, but somehow has ended up behind him again. We missed that. Shadow Rider, after battling... Oh, Turtle's got through. Turtle has got through. We were watching that battle unfold, and somewhere away, Turtle has managed to get himself up into 5th place, chasing down Shadow Rider. Only a second behind Shadow Rider. Shadow Rider's on that second set of soft tyres, whereas Turtle Racing went on to the super softs. He did a 35.8 his last time around. Shadow Rider did a 35.7. Uncle B Darren 36.5 on those medium tyres, but ooh, Turtle Racing looking very wide in that final corner. And Uncle B Darren just has to stay quite close, but his fuel's low as well. Uncle B Darren's Subaru, the fuel tank and the tyre wear is quite disgraceful. So Skyjacker now only... Oh, Pat, he's got himself ahead of Pat. Oh, Pat needs to pit. Pat needs a pit stop. His fuel's low and his tyres are worn. Skyjacker's already got himself ahead of him, and Pat has lost considerable time on that last lap. He's struggling to get that Beamer around, and he's got to run a second compound yet. 15 minutes remaining in this race. Pat pits. Skyjacker's up to 7th. Jokus, he's going to get himself ahead of Pat with GT Racer, the 2 Jaguars, but they'll be pitting themselves soon. The 2 Jags in 8th and 9th, but they're very thirsty cars. Pat into the pits. Jim in that Ferrari is just moved up to 10th place. 30... That can't be right, can it? 35.3. Oh, that's the wrong person. Yeah, 35.3 from Jim. He's doing some great lap times in that Ferrari at the moment. He's 12 seconds behind the 2 Jaguars, but they are getting through their fuel quite nicely. Oh, right. So Pat said he had a couple of bad laps at the end, but he started on the super soft, so he has run 2 compounds. I apologise, Pat. He's back out there again on the soft tyre. I'm Homesick saying fingers crossed for Homesick. Simon in 12. He's 30 seconds behind Pat and Rido. Just using it as a practice session now, getting used to his McLaren for the season ahead. And Homesick Alien's got that lead. It's a 13.5 seconds from Liam Anfield. Uncle B Darren has come in. His fuel is low. Skyjacker getting another spot, but I believe Skyjacker will have to pit again before the end of this race. So if Uncle B Darren has got enough fuel, and I think he will have enough fuel to get to the end. Jokus and the 2 Jags coming in. I love the 2 Jags in this race. It's great. They're both no fuel whatsoever, is it? Oh my lord, that Jaguar is a thirsty car, as thirsty as the Scooby. So can Pat get those positions back after his pit stop? Jim's moved up. Jim's up into 8th place now, but I believe he might have to make a pit stop before the end of the race. I'm not sure. Pat, he'll be hoping to go to the end now, I imagine. Homesick Alien, his tyres are looking okay. He's still got a quarter of a tank of fuel. He's got a 14-second lead on Liam Anfield. Liam Anfield a 34.2 his last time around, with Homesick Alien doing a 34.2 also. So these two matched for time. But the worry concerning is Liam Anfield will be on the Super Softs in the second stint. But he may have lost a bit too much ground to Homesick Alien with his little bump as he came out for his outlap. Shiren is in, he's fueled, has depleted, and he'll be happy to put some softs on probably. Shadow Rider coming on through. His racing softs are pretty worn, but he's got another lap or two in that fuel tank, and he's up to third at the moment. The two Porsches, second and third. Nissans first and fourth. Fifth for BMW Turtle Racing. His front Super Soft is shredded. Shiren back out of the pits in sixth. He's on the. Oh, he's gone for another set of Super Softs. Full fuel tank. So Shiren taking those Super Softs to the end, getting punchy. Uncle B, Darren. I mean, I say Homesick Alien's got to put the softs on. He doesn't have to. If he can get those Super Softs handling okay, he might decide to put the Super Softs on again. If he can eke this run out, we're only, why wouldn't you put Super Softs on again? There's only 11 minutes remaining. The Super Softs did okay in the sprint race, so I imagine he's probably going to put the Super Softs on again. I'm saying Liam Anfield's going to be on the Super Softs. Liam Anfield's going to have to put the Super Softs on. But Homesick Alien, with only 11 minutes left of this race, I didn't think he was going to go as long on these Super Softs as he has done. He pitted on lap 11. So, yeah, I mean, we're on lap 19 now, so he's done nearly, I don't know, 8 laps on him. Shadow Rider's come in. Skyjacker up to third place now, but his front left, I mean, his front right tyre is absolutely, it's these hairpins, these long sweeping hairpins are an absolute killer for those tyres. Shiren up into fourth now. Turtles come in. Fuel and tyres. Shadow Rider, the battle between Turtle and Shadow Rider continues. Uncle B, Darren, he put some softs on. He looks like he's scooping up those positions now. He'll be probably going till the end. No, Shadow Rider is out of the pits, but he's somewhere close. Oh, it's very tight between himself and Uncle B, Darren. Less than a second. So he's got that to do again. Turtle coming out back on the Super Softs. He's filled his tank up. Possibly didn't need to. I don't know. We'll see. But Turtle Racing now behind those guys. I think he was ahead of them before the pit stops. So he lost out a little bit. Shadow Rider putting a little less fuel in than Turtle. Homesick Alien's come in. So Homesick Alien has come in. Liam Anfield, I imagine he's going to stay out a little longer, but possibly he'll come in just to match the Alien. Yes, he's matching the Alien. He's come in as well. Question, and Homesick Alien is a no-brainer, surely, with only less than 10 minutes to go, just coming up to 9 minutes. I imagine he's going to put another set of Super Softs on. Skyjacker in third place. He looks like he could do with a pit stop. That front tyre is absolutely torn up. And doesn't. He wiggles. He gives it a wiggle, trying to catch me out. And now we've got a Nissan 1-2. No, we haven't. Liam's got himself, yes. We've got a Nissan 1-2 in this race. The two Nissans are leading the field. Homesick Alien, he put the Super Softs on in car 77. Skyjacker, I imagine, would become as much of a pain in the butt for Liam as possible, with his teammate leading the race and Liam, his closest competitor, in second. But Liam's put the Super Softs on. He should make short work of the ailing Nissan on the older tyres. Goes for the move around the outside, and wowee, there you go. There's what a bit of grip gives you. And Liam Anfield easily drives the Porsche around the outside of Skyjacker. Skyjacker in third place. The Aston Martin of Shiren in fourth. 10 seconds adrift of that battle, but he's on for a podium. He's definitely on for a podium when Skyjacker pits. Uncle B, Darren still ahead of Shadow Rider and Turtle Racing. Turtle Racing's dropped back a little bit. You think he'd be nipping at the Porsche's heels? But Uncle B Darren trying to defend his spot, but them super soft tyres on Shadow Rider, and like his teammate, just gives him that supremacy in the middle of the corner. And the Porsche also being very good in the corners as well. Uncle B Darren, though, isn't giving up on the position as we see him lag up a bit. Turtle, 5 seconds adrift of that battle as they fight it out between Shadow Rider. Skyjacker has made his pit stop. He's coming now, and that will easily give Shiren a podium position in this feature race. And he got that in the first race as well, didn't he? Didn't he get... Liam won it. Didn't he get second and Homesick third? So Skyjacker topping up. Uncle B Darren, is he going to get ahead of him? Shadow Rider? No, Skyjacker out. Oh, it's tight. It's very tight. Shadow Rider up into 4th place. Uncle B Darren in 5th. Skyjacker there in 6th. But he's on the super soft tyres. Half a tank of fuel. And Skyjacker just blasts past the pair of them on them fresh rubber. Not quite made it stick yet. Shadow Rider's coming back at him. It's almost 3 wide around here at Yamagawa. And it's a battle royale here between Skyjacker, Uncle B Darren and Shadow Rider. Shadow Rider has seemed to have lost out a little bit there. He's back behind Uncle B Darren. Skyjacker coming out of the pits behind those guys, and they're side by side coming down to the hairpin. And the Porsche, oh no, it's a chicane, uphill chicane, isn't it? Sorry, I'm looking at it the wrong way. Looking at the map upside down. But Shadow Rider back up ahead of Uncle B Darren. What a battle these guys are having. We're on board with Uncle B Darren. He's having a look around the outside of the hairpin I thought that we were at. But obviously we weren't. And they're watching Skyjacker run away with it there at the moment as they're battling each other. Heavy braking in the uphill chicane. Full throttle out as we come round near the end of the lap. Homesick Alien still leading from Liam Anfield, and Shiren in 3rd place. Homesick Alien's got the fastest lap in this race so far, which I'm sure Liam Anfield will be trying to steal away from him in this in the last 5 minutes of this race. So Homesick Alien, there he is, did a 33.3. Last time around, he's 11.4 seconds ahead of Liam Anfield. And there's Liam Anfield, his fastest so far, a 33.592. And I'm sure he's going to edge that down before the end of this race. Shiren, he's 11.7 seconds adrift of that battle. So they're nicely spread out, those leaders. And they can chill for the last 5 minutes. Skyjacker 15 seconds behind Shiren. He's done an amazing job. We saw he was early doors up at the front end, had a spin, and he's made his way through the field back up into 4th place. So great stuff from Skyjacker. Probably not the evening he wished for, but he's had some good battles out there. Shadow Rider's got himself ahead of Uncle B Darren, and Turtle is catching him. He's 3.5 seconds. It was 5 seconds. He did a 35.2 his last time around, a 36.5 from Uncle B Darren, and Shadow Rider doing a 36.4. So these two racing each other have slowed each other down a little bit, giving Turtle Racing the opportunity to close up. The top BMW driver in 7th, Jokus in the Jaguar in 8th, ahead of his teammate GT Racer, but Jim's coming back. Jim is wanting a piece of the Jag. Jim doing his fastest lap of the race so far, a 34.3, and he's looking for a way past a GT Racer. GT Racer's on the medium tyres, and Jim on those softs. Joker's some 5.5 seconds, and that's given Jim the opportunity to move up into 9th in his Ferrari, the lone Ferrari electric, having issues with the room. Well, internet issues, not personal issues. Yeah, I heard someone had BO, he had to leave. So GT Racer dropping down to 10th there with those medium tyres on. Pat closing in on him now, only a second behind. Pat's softs are looking quite worn. 3 minutes left of this race, and there's still places to grab. Let's have a quick run through. Homesick Alien 11 seconds ahead of Liam Anfield. Liam Anfield is closing in on Homesick Alien, but I imagine Homesick Alien is just looking after his car and looking after his race for the final 3 minutes. He's got time to play with, so I imagine he's not too nervous about Liam catching him at this point. A 33.0, but Skyjack has already taken the fastest lap with a 33.001. Liam Anfield's a 33.092 hasn't quite cut it yet. So Shiren in third, solid race from Shiren. He's not under threat. I mean, Skyjacker is closing in on him, but with 2.5 minutes to go, I don't think there's much Skyjacker is going to do. In all fairness, Shadow Rider in fifth. He can't shake Uncle B Darren though, but Uncle B Darren's tyres pretty worn, where Shadow Rider's super softs are still looking quite good. Turtle closing in on him, 3 seconds. He's still got a bit of life in those super softs yet. 2 more minutes of racing to go. And I don't know, can he catch these boys up? Uncle B Darren seems to be closing back up on Shadow Rider. This is the battle on track at the moment, and has been going for quite a time in this race. It's been beautiful to see, with Uncle B Darren and Shadow Rider having an absolute corking battle out there. Turtle Racing closing back up on them though as they race each other. They slow each other, and that is good news for the Beamer of the BMW of Turtle Racing. Jokus in 8th place. He's 5.6 seconds ahead of Jim. Jim's on a lot fresher tyres, doing better times, but I think he needs his fuel. No, he's not going to push too hard. He needs Jokus to go off really to gain anything out of this. GT Racer, he's only 2 seconds, just under 2 seconds ahead of Pat, but Pat, I believe, is running out of time. There is the leader, 10-second lead at the moment. We've got a minute, just under a minute left of racing. I think everyone's going to pretty much get over the line to start their final lap. Ooh, there's Shadow Rider caught Uncle B Darren doing a bit of lagging, and Turtle really is starting to catch up on these guys. So there's still another lap to go. Jokus, he's had a big off. That's what Jim was hoping for. Jim though, fuel is tight. Fuel is definitely tight for Jim. I don't know if he can do this last lap. There's a yellow flag somewhere. Oh, none of these guys, I don't think. Jokus there, 10 seconds to go as he crosses the line. Jim's only 2.8 seconds behind. Jim will be hoping that timer runs out because he is out of fuel. 3, 2, 1, and Jim has to do another lap, but there, luckily for him, GT Racer crosses the line. And Pat, so GT Racer finishes in 10th, Pat in 11th. Looks like Simon's going to get 12th, Arrido in 13th. Homesick Alien takes the win. There he goes. Beautiful stuff for Homesick Alien. Liam Anfield, the next to cross the line, in 2nd place. Well done, a 1st and a 2nd from Liam Anfield. It's going to be a taut battle between the Nissans and the Porsches, and the Aston Martin making its way around the final corner there is bringing her home. Oh, don't hit the pit lane. We've seen him do that before, Shiren. And he comes home in 3rd place. Take a boo, my son. Skyjacker coming home in 4th. Great race from Skyjacker from his early woes. He's come back beautifully in this race. Shadow Rider staying ahead of Uncle B Darren in the end to grab himself 5th place. There he goes. Great stuff. Uncle B Darren in 6th. Turtle coming home in 7th in the Beamer. And Jokus, he was alright in the end from Jim. There's a yellow flag for some reason. I don't know why. Oh, Rido's still on the track, I think. But Jokus comes around to grab himself a great 8th spot. And he comes now to cross the line in 8th. Jim, oh, poor Jim, running out of fuel there. GT Racer and Pat will be gutted they didn't get across the line, although Pat don't think he had another lap in that, nor did GT Racer really. Simon getting 12th, but yeah, Jim running out of fuel and has to crawl. This must be the most boring lap for him ever. I don't even, he might make it in a minute. But yes, Jim, Ferrari's fuel tank just not stretching it like he wanted to. But Homesick Alien is your winner of the feature race. And Liam Anfield, the winner of the sprint race. And I think we've got a tantalising championship between these two ahead of us now. Shiren and Skyjacker both doing great jobs. There's many we could say. He could get a championship shout here. Shadow Rider in 5th. Great points for him. Uncle B Darren looked dangerous in this race. Looks like the Subaru does like to eat its tyres though. So I imagine if he can get on top of that tyre wear, it's definitely got some wins to come. Turtle Racing looked very dangerous in this race as well in the BMW combo. So Jocus, the Jaguar Group 3 is a very thirsty car, and there you go, we ran out of time in the end. So there are your final positions. And there is Homesick Alien showing us his trophy. Well done, bro. So I'll take you to the race results before Skyjacker has to nip off to watch Pole Dart.
Downton Abbey.
Or Downton Abbey. It's on Netflix now, Skyjacker. You can just wait. You don't have to watch it at a certain time. So Homesick Alien takes the win. Pole Dart's on Netflix as well. Sorry, I'm distracted with what's on Netflix. So Homesick Alien, it takes the win. A cracking win as well. Liam Anfield fought him tooth and nail up until the pit stops, and then on his outlap he had a bit of a wiggle on a weird one. I don't know if his wheel, he had some technical issues or what, but he ended up chewing a big chunk of wall and gave Homesick Alien a lovely breathing space margin to drive away in. And Liam Anfield in 2nd with Shiren in 3rd. Is that not exactly the same podium but in a different order as we had in the sprint? I think it is, you know. I think Liam Anfield won, Shiren came 2nd and Homesick came 3rd. So those three are in for an exciting championship, although the Group 3 Aston Martin doesn't look as nippy as the other guys. But there's a lot of corners here. Once you get that Aston Martin on a track with less corners, I imagine it's a lot more powerful than the Nissan and the Porsche. But that's one to watch out for the next 9 weeks now. We've got week 1 underway. Skyjacker, a gallant drive back up into 4th place after his early woes in the race. Shadow Rider from the shadows, from nowhere, whips up there and gets 5th. Uncle B Darren in 6th. That's quite a car he's got under him. A lot of car management needed during the races, but he's done a fine job to get 6th place in it. The Beamer of Turtle in 7th. I don't know what happened to him. He seemed to shuffle to the back after the pit stops. And I don't know. He just couldn't sort of regain it from there. But Turtle definitely up there in that Beamer. Jocus in a very thirsty Jaguar. Finished in 8th. Jim in 9th in his Ferrari. GT Racer in 10th in his Jaguar. Pat 11th in his BMW. Simon in 12th in his Aston Martin, and Rido finishing in 13th. Skyjacker got your fastest lap with a 1:33.001. Oh, he couldn't get it into the 32, Sky. Come on. So, in the chat, Mama Homesick said fingers crossed for Homesick. Pat saying, turns out spinning on 2 consecutive laps doesn't help the tyres or race results. No. Got to look after those tyres. Spinning them doesn't help. Mama Homesick saying, woohoo, well done, Homesick, with a couple of medals. Rido saying, I'm actually so bad. You're not, man. Rido, you've had some great results in juniors. What are you talking about? You just got to get used to the car. Shiren saying, sorry, Rido. And Shiren saying, for crashing into you. Oh, I don't know. Maybe that's what put Shiren a little further back. Pat saying race 1 podium was Liam, Shiren, then Homesick. Yes, that's what I guessed. Liam saying my wheel went funny as I came out the pits. I guessed it might have been some sort of technical issues. Liam said, well done, Homesick. Turtle saying made a mistake with last fuel tank. There you go. And Turtle saying, did a full tank, wasn't needed. There you go. That's why you got shuffled back. I thought the other guys had short filled. Skyjack saying, thank Thingy, massive job, buddy. Brilliant stuff, man. Great race, great round. And Turtle saying, last pit stop. So yeah, that's it. It's back. It feels good. The world feels good again. When the GTMC is running, we know all is well. It's where I started. I started doing the commentary on the GTMC, so it's got a special place in my heart. It's the beginnings. With Liam Anfield in a Volkswagen Beetle, I believe. Mama Home 6 saying, thanks Thingy, brilliant commentating as usual. Well, you know, I don't know, I got a bit lost in the race somewhere. I missed a few overtakes at the front. It's a shame, but it happens. And so, what do we got? Oh, tomorrow evening, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, and Homesick Alien saying, cheers everyone, well done. Now you got to go and have a shoey in your back garden, Homesick. You've got to pour some beer in your shoe and drink it. I'm not popping up for it though. And Liam saying, well done, mate. And Homesick saying, come on, Nissan. So tomorrow evening, it's the return. Oh, it's all like new. It's all kicking off this week. It's the Christmas season. Oh, is it a bit wrong to say Christmas season? But it runs into Christmas. So it's our winter season, the fall season. The fall season here at the Virtual Racers Club. So we've got the GTMC starting this evening. Tomorrow evening, we are live streaming qualifying for the Super Formulas. Yes, the Super Formulas, the single-seater, isn't an F1 car, but they've added it because it's close to an F1 car racing. But they're qualifying. We're not going to see a race yet. Let's not get too excited. They're qualifying, and I'm going to be as confused as you guys are because they're racing over two different places, two 30-minute sessions at two different tracks. I think Fuji and Kyoto. It might be this Yamagiwa again. I'm not sure. But and then it's the times added together, and I'm not going to be able to do that on the fly. So we'll just be in the dark with the grid. But we can go and watch the pretty cars going round. That's what I'm best at. I just like looking at the pretty cars. Liam saying, well done, mate. Homesick saying, great race, Liam. Cheers, bud. Awesome. Racer Brown saying, cracking race, guys. Pat saying, I've had Christmas at work for almost a month now. I'm used to it. I'll be singing the jingle soon. So, yes, Friday, we've got the live stream of the Super Formulas. The first look at those cars in qualifying. I cannot wait. And then Sunday night we have the juniors, the Red Bull juniors. Sorry, the Red Bull juniors, and then Tuesday next week we'll back to the Super GTs. Thank you for joining me here tonight for round one of the GTMC5 at Yamigawa, and we had an absolutely cracking race. Now I've got to go and nip a nice meal together for me, my poor wife. Oh, and it's Willow Springs next week. Ugh. It's all right. Willow Springs is fine. Just got to remember to slow down for those corners. Anyway, so I was your broadcaster and your commentator, Ashid Mibed. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon. Peace and love. Peace and love.